Hey, what's up, lifestyle engineers? And in this video, you will learn how to start your own virtual co-working group with accountability and superpowers so that you can be super productive during the coronavirus pandemic. Right now, it's quarantine here in Buenos Aires and I'm trapped in my room. And to be very honest, the first few days I spent binging on content and just not doing anything useful. Slowly, I started trying to come out of this weird situation. A lot of people think that if you trap yourself somewhere in the cabin in the woods, or if you all of a sudden have a good excuse to work from home, you're going to be more productive because you no longer have to commute. There are no longer stupid meetings, there are no longer distractions that there were before, so you would automatically be more productive. But what you do not realize is that your environment is stacked against you. All of a sudden, instead of having a place for leisure, a place for sleep, and a place for work, you have it all combined together, coupled with not having the one-on-one social interactions which we are engineered biologically to have. My experience with accountability groups started in my co-living space in Barcelona. We started something that was called the 6 a.m. Club. It's as simple as it sounds. All you need to do is you need to wake up for 3 nights in a row at 6 a.m. You need to pretty much check in with everybody, say what your goals are for the day, and boom, you're part of the club. The beautiful thing that happened is when a person belonged to the club and they didn't wake up on time, we would bang on the door and make sure that they wake up. If they missed 6 a.m. multiple times, they're out of the club and there is no longer accountability. It worked like magic and people had some of their most productive, literally most productive time in their entire lives in that house. So how do you actually start your virtual co-working accountability group? All you need to do is 3 things. Get a great moderator, get awesome people united by the same ambition, and do a very simple technical setup. So who's a good moderator? The job of a moderator is guide you to achieve your goal. The important thing is he wants to make sure or she wants to make sure that you are going to do what you said you were going to do. That's it. That you're not going to be messing around, that you're not going to be engaged in some chatter that people usually have on virtual calls, and you're going to stay productive. So that's the job of a good moderator. A moderator needs to be able to cut people off when they're talking too much and when their job, what they're doing does not contribute to the conversation and does not contribute to the common goals. For example, I've been slacking off on my writing recently, and I started a writers accountability group. We had people with the same goal. All of us are working on our books at the moment. So we had one time every single day for 1 hour and we came together. So get awesome people who are working on similar goals and who are motivated to get things done. So in my case, getting great people for the writers co-working sessions was pretty easy. We're already doing lifestyle engineering mastermind group, and a lot of people who are part of the group, they're writers. They write for themselves, for others that's just something that they love. So we discussed it on our previous mastermind. We said, hey, how about we do do some sort of a call. People kind of want to do it. All we need to do is we need to sync the time zones. We have Pacific time zone, which is California. We have Buenos Aires, and we have Madrid and Europe in general. And coordinating it was pretty easy. We want to find the optimal time for writing. So we figured it would be 9 a.m. Pacific time. We went back and forth a little bit, and here is the result of the session that we did. Essentially, Hank, he really liked accountability. He shared the screenshot. There are us 4 on the call, and we're sharing our work. Step 3, the technical setup. Once you got a dope moderator and awesome guests, all you need to do is you need to make sure that people actually come to your virtual event, and you need to have a good structure to the accountability event itself. The way you get people to participate, the way we do it, is we have a recurring event on Google Calendar. It pretty much goes Monday to Friday daily for 1 hour at 1 p.m. and it has one Zoom link that people click. Zoom is the video conferencing tool. You can use whatever other software you prefer. It really doesn't matter. And boom, that's it. There is not much more to it, really. The structure of the call itself, the way we do it, we want to maximize our time being productive. So the way we do it is the first 5 minutes, we're just checking in, and me being a moderator, I ask every person what their goal for writing today. We all more or less know what books we're working on and what concepts we're working on. So they say, hey, I'm going to be working on this chapter right now, and the success will be having written 500 words. So pretty much they say what they're going to work on and how success looks like. So I pretty much pick on people. Everybody shares their goals. It takes 5 minutes, and then at pretty much 1:05 we start writing. We write for 50 minutes, and the optimal flow state, the time when you're performing your best, when your body dissolves and you cannot sense the time, it's timeless sensation, when you're just deep in the process, usually lasts from like 60 to 90 minutes. So that's how long your accountability call can be, right? So 5 minutes, then you do a 50 or 120 minute session, and then the last 5 minutes we check in once again, and every person shares their screen and they say, okay, here was my goal, here's what I did, and here is what I could have done better for next time. It worked incredibly well for us. You're going to see a video testimonial.
I also wanted to thank you, bro, for inviting me to the call. I really love it. I really love the product. First off, I was I didn't know knew what to expect, and I was more like, okay, 1 hour less of productivity for myself, but it was all the opposite. It was super productive. I was muted doing work. I love that.
During this 15-minute period, everybody mutes their microphones so that people do not get distracted. So what did we accomplish? We had a 60-minute session, 5 minutes of which was a check-in, and 5-minute outro was pretty much a checkout saying, okay, here's what I done, and that's the accountability part. So out of 60 minutes, 10 minutes were spent on accountability, 50 minutes were spent on writing. And if you ask me, it's incredibly productive. Another thing I do is I keep all meetings completely voluntary, meaning that people do not have to participate. If you're giving people value and if it's useful, they will want to stick around. If they don't, then they're just going to spoil the vibe, right? So keep the people who want to be a part of it and do not pursue those who don't. It's up to them, it's their goals. You do not need to run after them. You're not their mommy. So now it's your turn to start your virtual co-working group. Again, the steps are: get a great moderator, get awesome people united by one goal, and do the technical setup. 5 minutes intro, 50 minutes of work, 5 minutes outro, coordinated through Zoom and Google Calendar as a recurring event, and you will be golden. There is no time better to start than right now. Hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.